So I want to tell you two stories about rank. First, I had a client, she was a chief marketing officer of a large technology company, and she was a fabulous public speaker. She could speak more comfortably to a room of 500 strangers than she could one-on-one with her boss, the CEO. Every time she got around him, she felt tongue-tied, she felt rattled, she had just a profound drop in rank. She just could not access her sense of competence. Second story, do you remember the Deepwater Horizon, the catastrophe in 2010, where the oil platform exploded? There were 11 people who died, 200 million gallons of oil flowed into the Gulf of Mexico. Shortly thereafter, Tony Hayward, who was then CEO of British Petroleum, said, I'd like my life back, and it caused an uproar. He was complaining about the inconvenience that happened to his personal life in the wake of the disaster. It was an inadvertent slip, but it caused a complete uproar in the press, and shortly thereafter he resigned. Well, what do these two things have in common? Both of them fell prey to a low rank feeling in a high ranking role. And it points to this really big paradox of power, that social power doesn't always feel powerful. We can't always feel the power of our roles. That low rank can sink us and trumps that high power. And when we think about abuse of power, we often think of these big atrocities, fraud, corruption, institutional cover-up, sexual abuse. But really, a lot of the abuse or misuse of power are average, daily, unintended lapses, things like these two stories show, what I call rank fouls. And they often stem from a feeling of powerlessness. Regardless of our high power role, whether we're CEOs, doctors, teachers, mayors, a low rank feeling can trump our high ranking role and therefore make us abuse or misuse our power. You know, I've had CEOs complain about not being able to work with their executive teams, mayors or chief of police complain about the media, teachers not being able to control the classroom, even parents complain about their inability to control their kids. And one of the reasons is that low rank is what I call limbic. Low rank is limbic. It's a hugely emotional experience that tends to take over. And if you think about it, there's an evolutionary root to that being in a low rank role is a threat to our existence. We could be eaten, we could be killed, we could be hurt. And so therefore the emotion of low rank tends to obliterate everything else going on in the moment, including the responsibilities and rank of our high power role. Now you could argue with me, and people do, but they say, hey, but Julie, high rank feels great. You know, that's also emotional. But the difference is that the sense of confidence or empowerment or ecstasy in a high rank role, it's not life-threatening. It's not a life-threatening emotion. And a life-threatening emotion, a negative emotion, will take precedence over a positive one every time. Researchers call this a negativity bias, that we're prone to pay more attention to negative emotions than positive ones. If you think about it, we anticipate negative feedback a lot more than we look forward to positive feedback. There's more words for negative emotions than there are for positive ones. Negative memories stick around longer than do positive ones. But the key is whether or not we act on it, that we have choice here. If we act on those low rank feelings or not is totally up to us. They will happen. We will have them, regardless of our rank, regardless of our role. The key is whether or not we've developed our emotional self-management tools. And the key is also know what sinks you. What are the things that tend to threaten you, and how well can you prepare for them?